Oh, hey, honey. You think Democrats and Republicans are the only game in town? Oh, no, boo. Today we're spilling the tea on the underdogs who shook things up and made sure the big dogs couldn't just play fetch with our votes. Yep, we're talking about third parties, and not just any third party. Today, it's all about the populist and progressive parties. Buckle up, Buttercup, because this ride's about to get bumpy. The year is 1892. Farmers are mad, industrial workers are fed up, and the government, oh, it's too busy cozying up to big business to care. Enter the Populist Party, also known as the People's Party. The Populist Party wasn't just angry, they were organized. Think of them as the original Rage Against the Machine crew, but their enemy? Big business and corrupt politicians. They demanded the direct election of senators. Why? Because senators were basically being auctioned off to the highest bidder. Hello, corruption. They also wanted a graduated income tax. Rich people paying more than poor people? Shocking. I know. And they fought for an 8-hour workday. The horror! Workers having lives outside the factory? Scandalous. But the populists didn't just whine, they had a plan. In 1892, they released the Omaha Platform, demanding government regulation of railroads to stop big companies from charging farmers ridiculous prices to ship their crops. They wanted a fair shake for the little guy. Oh, and bimetallism. Yeah, sounds fancy, but all it meant was backing money with both gold and silver. Why? More money in circulation means it's easier to get loans and pay off debt. Farmers were drowning in debt and they needed a lifeline. Gold alone wasn't cutting it. Enter William Jennings Bryan. He wasn't officially populist, but he was basically their poster child. In 1896, he gave his famous Cross of Gold speech, thundering, "You shall not crucify mankind upon a cross of gold." Dramatic much? But it worked. He was all in for bimetallism and rallied millions of struggling Americans to his side. The populists threw their weight behind him, hoping he'd bring their ideas to Washington. Oh, and get this, the Wizard of Oz? Yeah, it's supposedly an allegory for the populist movement. Dorothy's silver slippers, which were changed to ruby in the movie, represented bimetallism. The Scarecrow? The farmers. The Tin Man? Industrial workers. And the Cowardly Lion? William Jennings Bryan. Lots of roar, but no bite. The Emerald City was Washington, D.C., and the wizard was just a con man pulling the strings. Mind blown. Their movement spread like wildfire. In the 1892 election, their presidential candidate, James B. Weaver, got over 1 million votes and carried 4 states. For a third party, that's like winning the lottery twice. But here's the kicker. Their ideas were so good, the major parties borrowed them. By borrowed, I mean stole. Yeah, the Democrats snatched up populist ideas to win over voters. And by the 1900s, the populists were like yesterday's newspaper, used and forgotten. But their impact? Oh, honey, it's still echoing today. Direct election of senators? Thank the populist. Income tax? Yep, that too. And workers' rights? They paved the way, baby. Now, let's spill some tea on the Progressive Party, or as it's more glamorously known, the Bull Moose Party. And trust me, they didn't come to play. The year is 1912. Teddy Roosevelt, yes, that Roosevelt, is feeling betrayed. The Republican Party picked William Taft instead of him. Rude, right? So what does he do? Oh, he starts his own party. The Bull Moose Party, because he's as strong as a moose. Modest, right? And his platform? Whew! It was spicy. He wanted women's suffrage. Yep, votes for women years before the 19th Amendment. He demanded stricter regulation of big business, an 8-hour workday, and even Social Security. Teddy was progressive before progressive was cool. Now, 1912 was a wild election. Roosevelt split the Republican vote, leaving Democrat Woodrow Wilson the victory. But get this, Roosevelt came in second. A third-party candidate beat the Republican incumbent? Talk about a power move. Did the Progressive Party last? Nope, but their ideas did. Women got the vote in 1920. Business regulations became a norm, and Social Security? It showed up in the New Deal years later. Teddy may have lost the battle, but he sure won the war. So, what's the tea? Third parties rarely win, but they shape the game. They push the big boys to adopt real changes. Without the populists and progressives, we might not have direct elections, income tax, women's suffrage, or workers' rights. They didn't just change elections, they changed America. If you love spilling the tea with us today, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more historical gossips, and share it with all your fellow history buffs. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a sip, and don't forget to drop a comment below. Which third party do you think had the most impact? Or should we spill the tea on another historical underdog? Let's get that conversation going. Until next time, remember, history is just gossip well told. Bye, darlings.